Welcome back to Summarize Science. Have you ever seen a movie or video game where a digital character just doesn't look like they're really in the scene? Maybe their feet float slightly above the ground, or their edges look weirdly cut out. Well, a new paper tackles this exact problem, making it possible to create incredibly realistic 3D avatars from a single, simple video. Creating a 3D model of a person moving in a real-world environment from a video is extremely challenging. Most current technologies fall into two camps. Some try to capture the entire scene at once, but this often fails to properly model the fast-moving person, leading to blurry or incomplete results, like you see here. Others try a different approach. They model the person and the background separately. This is better for capturing the person's detailed movements, but when they try to put the two pieces back together, it's like a bad Photoshop job. You get floating artifacts and weird visual glitches where the person and background meet. This is where the new research comes in with a clever strategy they call separate then map, or STM for short. Like the second approach, they start by creating separate models for the human and the background. But they add a critical, new step: an information mapping module. Think of this as a universal translator that takes the data from both the person model and the background model and projects them into a single, unified digital space. This ensures that every tiny part of the person and the scene understand their exact relationship to each other, so they can be combined perfectly. And the results are pretty stunning. Here's a comparison with several other state-of-the-art methods. You can see that the previous methods, like Hugs or Newman, struggle with the areas where the person interacts with the ground. Notice the blurry feet and the ghosting effects. The new STM method is much sharper and cleaner. Here's another great example showing just the background after the person has moved. The older method leaves behind a ghostly imprint of the person's legs, but the background in the STM version is perfectly clean. This shows their mapping process truly separates the foreground and background. They can even take the generated 3D avatar and place them in entirely new poses and even completely different scenes, and the results still hold up with incredible realism. So, to recap, the big breakthrough here is not just separating the person from the background, but creating a smart way for those two separate models to communicate and align perfectly. This mapping step solves the long-standing problem of visual glitches at the boundaries between a digital human and their environment. What does this mean for the future? This technology could revolutionize AR and VR, allowing you to scan yourself with your phone and appear realistically in a virtual world. It could also lead to much more believable digital actors in movies and more immersive characters in video games. It's a huge step towards seamlessly blending the real and the digital. Thanks for watching Summarize Science.